Today, I'm going to show you how to scrape unlimited emails and mobile phone numbers from LinkedIn. First, I'm going to go over how to do a LinkedIn search, everything you need to know, and then all the tools that you can use to actually scrape emails and phone numbers. Now, with the searching, we're going to start with some of the basic stuff, but then get into the more advanced hacks that I use with searching so that everybody can learn something here. The first thing we're going to do is just a normal LinkedIn search. So we're just going to look on the search bar on LinkedIn and just look up restaurants. And then you want to click people right there. Now, the first thing you need to understand when doing a search is we're just trying to find keywords within their profile. And so we're not going to look up restaurant owners because it's just not going to show us a list of it, because nobody says in their profile, I'm a restaurant owner. Now, some people might do, but they usually say, I am owner of Aunt Tim's restaurant, And so it's not going to say restaurant owner right there, Also, I did a search here where I look up restaurants, right? Which they're not going to say that there are restaurants. They're going to say they're a restaurant. And so if I just change this restaurants to restaurant, then as you can see, we went from about 5.4 million to 6 million total, right? So now we've gotten 500,000 more just from removing an S, right? Now we have people that just have the keyword restaurant somewhere in their profile, but we want to find people that are the owners of the restaurants. And so we can add another filter by clicking all filters here, scrolling all the way down, and you can find the keyword title keywords filter, and we can look up owner and then just show results. Now we filtered it down to about 230,000 of them. And this is throughout the entire world. So let's just say I only want to target the United States. We can then click location and then United States only, show results. All right, so that's a basic search. Basically, we have restaurant owners throughout the United States. Now, we can get a little more advanced by doing a Boolean search. This just allows us to search and really define what we're looking for by adding multiple search terms within each search. So with a Boolean search, the main things you're going to use are capital OR or capital AND and or capital NOT, not, right? So I'm going to show you how this works. So with the keyword, we found owners, but what about founders or CEOs or presidents? Well, I can do capital OR CEO or president or founder, right? So I can click show results. And now, instead of 229,000, we have 234,000. So we've gotten a couple more just by adding those. Now there's a huge difference between ands and or. And so right now we're using or, owner or CEO, right? If I use ands, then I need owner and CEO within their profile somewhere. So it's like saying, hey, do you want pepperoni or sausage, or do you want pepperoni and sausage? So both of those things need to be on the pizza rather than one or the other. And so I usually use or because we're just looking for, I either want this or that or that or that, right? Owner or founder or CEO or president. That's what you're going to use most of the time. And also sometimes people don't just call their restaurant a restaurant. They're going to call it a tavern or deli or steakhouse. So what if we add those keywords? So we're doing restaurant or tavern or grill or deli or steakhouse. All right, now sometimes what happens is when you're doing just the keyword search, just using the search bar on LinkedIn, sometimes it's just finding things that are in their profile in the past. So here I have a person right here who said in the past they were a marketing specialist at this restaurant, right? But now they're the founder and CEO of a different company. And so sometimes that can be a problem where it's just showing you people who somewhere in their profile it says the word restaurant, but it was sometime in the past. And so that can be kind of annoying and frustrating when reaching out to them and they say, oh, I don't work there anymore. So the way to fix this is go into the keyword search and add the company names you're looking for within that keyword search. So if I want company names that have the word restaurant in there, that have the word tavern in there. And so that will be the current company that they're working at. So I'm going to do a search there. And now we have 46,000 total people that are owners and founders and CEOs. And they're currently working at someone with the keyword restaurant or tavern or grill or whatever. Okay, now if you're going to start scraping from LinkedIn, if you're actually going to use some tools to scrape, the problem is LinkedIn only lets you usually do so many searches. I'm not sure exactly how many, maybe it's like 5 searches a month or something like that. And they don't let you see all the people. So if I scroll down and I go to the next person or the next page, it's not going to show me all of them if I don't have LinkedIn Premium. Now I pay for LinkedIn Premium, and so I get to see everybody. And so you can scroll through all the 100 pages. But for most of you, if you don't have LinkedIn Premium, it's not going to show you all these contacts. So if you're really going to scrape from here, you're going to have to pay for LinkedIn Premium. There's also Sales Navigator. That's just a more advanced search, and we'll get into that in a second. The difference between just a regular LinkedIn Premium account and a Sales Navigator is Sales Navigator lets us search a little bit more people and has a couple more search functions that we can use. We'll get into what those are in a second and whether or not it's worth it for you. Now, for a regular LinkedIn search, we can only scrape 1,000 people at a time. And so if I scroll down here, we have a total of 100 pages, and we have 10 people per page. So 100 times 10 is 1,000. Now we have 46,000 total results out of this. And so we're only going to be able to scrape the first 1,000, but let's just say we refresh and try to scrape another 1,000. It's only going to give us the same exact people again because it's showing you the first 1,000 people that are relevant to you. And so the way to fix this is we need to narrow down the search and try to get the search as close to 1,000 as possible and basically break it into chunks. So 46,000, what's great about this is that's basically enough for each 1,000 per United States state, right? So if I do Ohio, so I change the location from the United States to just Ohio, now we're going to see how many total results we have, about 1,500. That's close enough to 1,000 to where now I can now scrape this list and get as much as I can out of it. And then I want to go into Tennessee. 819 results, awesome. I can now scrape this and then get as much as I can out of it and then go to the next one. Now there's some states, let's just say we go to California. Now California, there's 30 million people in California, so there's going to be probably a lot more restaurants. Here we are, 5,300 restaurants total. And so if we want, we can filter down even more. So we can go San Francisco, right? So just the Bay Area, and we can try to filter down, get it close to 1,000. Here we have 1,500 contacts in the San Francisco Bay Area. Then we can do LA, then we can do Bakersfield, whatever. All right, so now we're gonna go into a LinkedIn Sales Navigator search and show you what the difference is here. So here I'm in a search and we have restaurant or tavern or grill or deli or steakhouse. We have 290,000 contacts. Scroll down here, I have current job title, owner, founder, CEO, or president. So one of the differences here is we can search more contacts. So even though, let's just say that we have the same amount of people that are on regular LinkedIn and Sales Navigator, obviously, if I scroll down here, I have 25 people per page and 100 pages total. So now 100 times 25, that's 2,500 total contacts that I can scrape from Sales Navigator, and I can only do 1,000 from a regular LinkedIn search. The other thing is there's obviously a ton more search functions. I'm gonna show you some of the search functions that most people are using. Obviously, it's gonna be a few of them. You're not gonna use all of these. Some people use this one, posted on LinkedIn and changed jobs. This just means that they're probably active on LinkedIn. And so if you're doing LinkedIn outreach, this is very helpful for you because they're obviously already on LinkedIn. And so I think this is when within the last 90 days or so, last 30 days or something like that. And so you can enable these. Another thing is what you can do is the years of experience. Some people use this. So if you want to try to target startups, we can do less than a year or 1 to 2 years. If you want to try to target people that are a little more in the game, 3 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years, more than 10 years. And then the last thing a lot of people use is company headcount. This can kind of determine how much money they make. So if you want to try to target an industry or a type of company that is already established, they already have a ton of employees, which probably means they're already probably making a ton of money. And so I want to go to 11 to 50 employees or 50 to 200 employees. And so this means they're probably big enough to where they have the money to spend, but they're not too big to where I can't reach the owner and the owner is still kind of involved in the business. Now it's actually time to get into scraping the emails and mobile phone numbers from LinkedIn. I'm going to go over some of the best tools that you can use because trust me, I have used all of them. I've made videos testing every single tool that I could get my hands on. But first, I'm going to speak to the big data users. If you're trying to scrape tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of emails and mobile phone numbers, then I just created a new software for you. Basically, all you have to do is submit a link of what you're trying to search for on LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, Seamless AI, Apollo.io, whatever tool you want to use. And my team will scrape unlimited leads for you every single month. We also give you access to 100 million contacts as soon as you sign up. So if you're interested in that, you can click the first link in the description to see how that works. Right now, I'm running a deal where basically you just pay one time to get access to unlimited data. So if you're interested, click that first link in the description. So my tool is the best tool you can use to scrape unlimited emails and phone numbers, but I'll give you some other tools that work pretty well as well. So coldemail.com, this one is pretty good. It's about $79 a month and you can scrape unlimited data. It's kind of annoying where you have to sit there and wait. Basically, you turn on the Chrome extension, you let it start scraping. It takes about an hour to scrape the entire page, which is about 2,500 people total. The problem is the data can be a little outdated. So a lot of old Gmails or old Hotmail emails. And also it gives you phone numbers, but most of the phone numbers are not good at all. A lot of the times when I was reaching out to these phone numbers, a lot of them said that, oh, you have the wrong number, or it was a landline, something like that, so it wasn't very good. The next tool I use is called Scrup. It's about $99 a month for 20,000 credits. Now it's only about 10,000 emails. Their credit system's a little weird, but I like this tool because it does give you really high quality emails and it just does it all in the back end for you. So you don't have to, with coldemail.com, you have to let it sit there and it has to take an hour for it to, scrape everything. But with Scrup, you just click play and it'll just do it in the background. You don't have to worry about it. The problem with Scrup is that it only gives emails, no phone numbers, and sometimes it's limited on how many emails it gives you. So out of a list of 2,500, it might only give you, let's just say, 1,000 emails out of that, which is okay, but sometimes it's a little limited. Next tool I use is SalesQL. It's about $120 per month for 10,000 credits, so it's about 1.2 cents per credit. It has high quality emails and high quality phone numbers. The only problem is you can only scrape about 300 per day, even though you have 10,000 credits, just because the issue with it is that it will open up LinkedIn links, and LinkedIn tracks how many profiles that you open per day, and so you can't do too many. And some people have even gotten banned from LinkedIn because they did too much using the Chrome extension for SalesQL. Some other honorable mentions, Seamless AI and Apollo.io. What I don't really like about both of these tools is that they make you do everything like one by one. So you have to scrape the page, go next, scrape the page, go next. There's no automation for it, so it's very annoying. Seamless AI has pretty good data, emails and phone numbers. Apollo only has emails. And so I just don't really think those are worth it in terms of the price you're paying for them. Last one I'm going to mention is LeadRocks. Now this one's only really good for phone numbers, not really good for emails at all. It has emails and they're okay. It's only like 25 to maybe 30% of the emails are valid, which is pretty bad. Now LeadRocks is only worth it if you're getting it from AppSumo. So right now it's on AppSumo. Sometimes it goes off and on there. So if you go to AppSumo, look up LeadRocks, it's about $79 for 5,000 credits per month for the lifetime deal. And it can only scrape a normal LinkedIn search. So you have to get the Chrome extension, only scrape normal LinkedIn search. You can't use it on Sales Navigator at all. But it works pretty well. It gives you pretty high quality phone numbers, but also not a lot of phone numbers. So if I'm scraping a list of 1,000 people, it might get me like 150 phone numbers total. So that's something to think about as well. I'm not going to get into each individual tool because obviously they're very simple. You just download the Chrome extension, you go to LinkedIn, you click the scrape button. It's very self-explanatory once you're scraping from there. You just got to choose which tool is right for you. Again, if you want unlimited data, you can scrape through us. We can scrape 10,000 contacts per day for you. Plus, we give you access to 100 million contacts up front. And if for any reason you don't like it, then you get to keep the data we give you and you don't have to pay for it at all. We're running a special deal right now for people that want to pay one time and you get access to unlimited data. So if you're interested in that, click the first link in the description. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.